there, it's Carol Marak at carolmarak.com. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Solo and Smart, where I offer achievable tips when growing older alone. And in the last video, I asked a question, is it possible to plan the future? So forecasting, as you well know, is a normal practice in business. But is it reasonable for individuals like you and me when thinking about aging and growing older? So future thinking, as I speak about it here today, isn't meant to predict the future, but rather to find plausible outcomes down the road and the unexpected consequences of a present day issue. So, finding workable strategies for elder care concerns that solo agers will typically face as we grow older, especially when having fragmented family members living hundreds or thousands of miles away, and of course there's no hope for assistance from them, and furthermore, the growing group of people who are aging alone have dire needs for planning ahead because there's no question you and I will be without family to step up. So thinking about the future as a solo ager is finding ways to deal with the problems that are unpredictable. However, individuals still have to make plans and select options or choices based on what is to come, potentially. For example, when I considered a move from a two-story family home or family residence in the suburbs, the factors were I had to look at downsizing, car dependency, isolation and loneliness, and also staying safe since the stairs were, I had stairs in my two-story home. So these are some of the things or factors that really inspired me or motivated me, I should say, to start planning ahead. So this is what future thinking is about, is finding the potential unexpected consequences of an issue and an issue of growing older, and some of the things that we may face down the road. And then follow a strategy to observe what's possible instead, and hopefully to create several possibilities. Because as life plays out, one can never know what's on the other side of a decision or a lifestyle or even a problem or a challenge that you face. So I'm going to give you a couple of, two stories of real unexpected consequences. And this was just to kind of prompt your thinking of, to get a really clear concept of what an unexpected consequence is. So, for example, do you remember the one child per couple policy in China back about 35 years ago? Well, China's unexpected consequence was a shrinking population, which unfortunately hampered their economic growth. Now the officials encourage childbirth because they worry that the fertility rate has sunk well below the 2-for-1 level. And that level is required to keep the population stable, over the long run. And the government's announcement in late 2015 that it was relaxing that shrinking, the one child per couple policy after 35 years. Yet the 2-child per couple policy that replaces it may bring different kinds of consequences or even problems. So if you follow the news also here in the U.S. about senior care, it's easy to relate to these types of unexpected consequences. Because wasn't it just 10 years ago or so that the ratio of family caregivers to those in need were 7-to-1? Well, today it's 3-to-1 because family caregivers are shrinking because moms and dads aren't having that many kids anymore. However, there are promising and fascinating effects of some consequences. You know, take the 0 or 1 or 2 child family decisions. The unexpected consequences opens doors to new technologies like, for example, Join Papa, which is an online app that connects college students to older adults at home. And then there are check-in apps, you know, check-in apps like SnugSafe, right? The one I use, which I use the free app, and I check in every morning and it lets my sister know that I'm okay. These check-in apps, there are many of them coming out today, and even connects daughters and sons to their parents. So other things that have kind of evolved are online personal caregivers. You know, you can find personal caregivers online to hire. And even robotics are being replaced or replacing caregivers. So there's a lot of different ideas that infiltrate these types of unexpected consequences. You know, that there are fascinating effects that can come out of that. And for example, even in senior housing, today, some of the changes are house sharing, you know, renting a room to a home, a roommate, right? Or tiny house villages, which is another evolution of senior housing. So is co-housing, and so is village-to-village networks, all building a sort of connection and family-like environment so these neighbors can connect and really rely on each other for help if needed. So using future thinking strategies can help family caregivers prepare for what they could expect down the road. You can even use it for even solo agers, not just family caregivers, for solo agers to prepare for what they could expect down the road if they were called on for help, or then mitigate potential unexpected consequences. For example, if we don't plan ahead, a lot of the family caregivers had to reduce their work hours. If a parent didn't plan ahead and expected their son or daughter to take care of them, well, many times that caregiver is having to reduce their work hours or change their schedule or shift to provide care. And they've even had to resign from their jobs to provide care, or maybe changed a job and not making as much income as they had before. So planning ahead really helps us deal with the issues before they become very strong, problems or challenges. So thinking about the future helps us address these challenges of tomorrow by thinking about plausible and workable scenarios today. So to confront our concerns successfully, we must consider the implications of the action steps we take as conditions or the issues evolve. So that's what I want you, or hopefully you will start thinking about how you're living today, and will it serve you in a safe and independent, and allow you to remain independent as you evolve into growing older. So thank you for joining me. Circle back for more in a day or two, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you really liked these tips, then give this video a like or a thumbs up. And again, thank you.